approaching!
You'll need to get around that shield!
Alpha! Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Well, if there's more of these Asgard fragments out there, the Einherjar will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out. There are still signs of the world serpent all over the lake. But we saw him disappear at Ragnarok.
That can only mean the legend was true all along. That blow from Thor sent Jormungandr straight back in time. A younger Jormi, fresh from Jotunheim, would grow into the serpent we know.
When we first met the snake, you said that he found Atreus familiar. Perhaps they met in Jotunheim.
Perhaps so, brother. We'll have to ask the lad for that story when we next see him. You'll need to get around that shield! Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Shield strike, now! fighting? Can't they sense Odin is dead?
They are soldiers. They will always be loyal to him, alive or dead. It is a matter of honor.
Yes, they will continue to follow his orders and keep the realms under his thumb.
Not for long, they won't.
Here. You may tell a story, if you wish.
Am I preferable to silence at last? A rare day.
Not now.
When Jormungandr attacked Thor in Asgard, it seemed personal somehow. But there's no way they could have met before that, is there?
I've been pondering that, and I have a theory. We know the lad spent his time in Jotunheim learning soul magic. Perhaps the serpent figured in.
You mean Atreus placed some other giant soul into him? Someone who already hated Thor to begin with?
Exactly! Though that doesn't narrow it down much, I grant you. I wonder if Yorm even remembers after all this time who he once was.
Hello, the boss wants to talk to you.
I have... Hello, Ratatoskr.
Hello, Master. What you've accomplished for... rest assured, good man, even if only to express it in his love. But he...
Yes.
Now, there is one The detonation of Asgard shook the world, dislodging a great number of... I thought you might... My little way of saying, thank...
You are well.
Now, what else might there be to discuss?
So were you always a freakishly large immortal squirrel, or...?
Don't forget handsome. No, I was once a regular squirrel. The same size as these wispy, spectral versions of myself, in fact. I was unremarkable. I stumbled upon the tree near what should have been the end of my life, the victim of a random act of predatory savagery. But the tree, it had other plans for an insignificant creature like me. But I have prattled on for far too long. I will leave you be, Master Kratos. Please come back anytime.
Hi, take the hit. Go away!
If I had a stomach, it'd be twisting right now.
Odin is gone. There's no remaining threat.
No, it's from excitement. Hardly any non-giants have gotten the great privilege of visiting the realm of the Jotnar.
It's truly an honor to be among a very select few. So this is Jotunheim.
As beautiful as the stories, and then some.
Company's here, Fen.
Angerboda,
Kratos, Mimir, Freya. It's good to see you.
I wish to thank you for creating a path out of Asgard for us.
Aye, a true pleasure to meet the lassie who saved our skins.
Indeed. Your giant stuff magic is truly a marvel.
We were so glad we got there in time. Freya, your brother's sacrifice won't be forgotten.
It won't.
I will say, you've made quite the impression on our Atreus' heart.
Mimir,
Oh, like you weren't thinking it, brother.
Ahem. You're a cherished ally, Angrboda. I hope we cross paths again.
I imagine we will. There's lots to do, and I'm just getting started.
good boy.
Kratos, the last time you were here was because of Faye, right?
You saw this in prophecy.
Your son told me. It's a beautiful place to rest.
It is what she wished. You painted these shrines.
Some of them. Some I finished for my mother.
Your work is beautiful.
Your skill with a brush is unmatched, Angerboda.
My son, he draws.
He told me.
Although he'd do well to learn from your use of color.
We come from a long line of artisans, so he has it in him. He just needs some discipline to bring it out.
I like you. Angerboda, you are the last giant left in Jotunheim.
No, actually. My grandmother, Gryla. She's, not really one for visitors, but she's still here. She's helping me forage at the moment.
After all you've done, lass, she must be so proud to have a granddaughter such as yourself.
She might be. Someday. I don't know quite yet, but I think it's a start.
A flower.
Flower.
Incredible. beautiful.
I did not think anything grew here.
Protect yourself!
Do you hear that? Someone's crying.
Sinmara.
Ah, Surtur's love. Should we try to tell her what happened?
She knows.
You then, deviant Eric! Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Big beef! Careful!
brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Steady your guard!
Ernäring!
Outcome! Will
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost! Ernäring! Careful, brother! Covered in Bifrost!
Steady your guard! All you got! Ernäring! Your death will honor my king!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
Kratos, are you okay?
king remains.
Aye, and if you thought his berserkers were tough, well, I've been thinking about what you said, brother. Maybe it's time to let this go. Slurping up a dead man's soul with this old sword isn't gonna change the past.
It is good to hear you say that. But I plan to face it regardless.
What? After all your lecturing on vengeance and spite?
It is not wise to let a malevolent spirit wander Midgard. But I needed to know you wanted this for the right reasons.
Huh. Appreciate the sentiment, brother.
Freya, you spoke of your brother's sword. How did Odin acquire it?
I'll answer this one. Odin, disguised himself as the most beautiful person Freyr had ever seen.
This separated Freya from his sword.
Oh, with embarrassing speed.
I am glad Freya ultimately retrieved it.
Me too. My little...
Hi, Kratos.
What is wrong?
No, nothing. It's just, don't know if you've heard, but we're gonna say goodbye to Brock in Svartalfheim.
A funeral?
Yeah. We're meeting at Rab's Tavern in Nethervalir.
We will be there.
Hell of a job you did at Ragnarok, General. Wish I could have been there to see you and Sindri take down Thor and Odin.
That is not what happened.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's the story I like best. Important thing is, Odin's paid in full for what he did to Brock. I know it doesn't fix what's broke, but it ain't nothing. go show it off.
What is this?
Ravens. The ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies. Hang on a minute. Is this a prison?
It would seem so.
Let's continue. Might be something useful inside.
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bible!
If the Einherjar survived Ragnarok, perhaps some of the inmates did as well.
Let us find out.
Recognize him, Mimir?
I do not, sadly. Of course, the Einherjar disappeared a fair few dwarven rebels during the occupation. I suspect this is one of them. Watch your right! Careful, brother. These prisoners may not be as grateful for their freedom as one would hope. Oh, well, you're very bloody welcome. That's an elf, but not a particularly high-ranking one. So what did Odin have to gain by imprisoning them?
I'd say information, but
Ready your guard!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
On your right, Viper! Don't let him complete his spell!
Odin hid something here. I know it. We should find a way to the cell on the other side.
Who was he?
I don't know. A gardener, perhaps? Dreamshade is difficult to keep alive, even under the best conditions. But this... he gave all his strength to keep it alive.
Then it is right. You should have it.
Freya! I can't believe it.
Wait, that can't be. Lord Tyr.
Is this an illusion?
No, brother. No, I think it's the real deal.
Mimir? Is that you, old friend?
In all the important ways, aye.
There was such a commotion. If Odin learns what you've done...
Odin is dead.
The realms are at last free of him. You're safe.
Odin's dead.
And Asgard fallen.
So the reign of the Aesir is truly over. That's quite a lot to take in. And you are?
His name is Kratos.
Kratos. I know that name.
Come. You need real shelter. Food.
No. No, what I need most now, I think, is to reflect on what you've told me. I need space, if you would grant me that.
Very well. Our home is in the realm between realms for the moment. You can find us there when you're ready.
Kratos. I know you from somewhere. I'm sure it will come back to me.
Until then. You believe that was truly him?
It's hard to trust anything after what we've been through. But with Odin gone, I've no cause to doubt it.
Our paths will cross again. Of that I'm sure. Where to now?
Well, now we know what this prison's for. This is where Odin stashed those he would camouflage himself as.
Makes sense. If you're going to imitate someone, you wouldn't want them walking around.
Why not kill them?
He must need them alive in order to assume their form.
Aye. Odin likely wanted Tyr dead for a multitude of reasons. But he knew Tyr would be more useful alive.
Your god of war has truly returned. What now?
He'll want to stretch his legs, I imagine. Imprisonment stokes wanderlust. Not that I need to remind any of us of that. Would have been a shame to have left that behind.
Hello, Lunda.
Hey, you guys. About your brother. I never got the chance to tell you. I know moments like this you're supposed to say sorry and whatnot, but I always known that pretty man had greatness in him. That he'd do something amazing one day, and I'm just... You know, I'm proud that now the Nine Realms know it too.
I thank you.
Anytime, ma'am. You can admit you just came to see me.
I look forward to exploring Alfheim and not having to fight elves.
Oh? What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they? What possible reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
But why? Freyr united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
You know, back in Jotunheim, I had half a mind to ask Angerboda what exactly her intentions were with the lad. But one look at her and any doubts I had melted away.
It's a question every parent must grapple with sooner or later.
I trusted her with my life. I trust her with my son.
You can't argue with that. Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost! I felt that one, brother! Shield strike, now! Behind you, watch out!
Use a shield strike!
Careful, brother. You're covered in black rod. I just had a thought. With Asgard destroyed, where will the Einherjar go?
Valhalla exists both inside and outside of Asgard. Who knows what became of it?
Aye. Suppose they'll have to find rest somewhere.
Freyr. He forged a piece.
Of a sort.
Wish I could have seen that.
I'm sure he wished the same.
If you'll excuse me, I wish to pay my respects to your brother. In my own way.
Of course. Let's go, Kratos.
Freya, when Hildisvini went to Helheim, how did he not freeze to death?
A perk of the Jofur.
The boar-shifting warriors of Vanaheim, as wise in statecraft as they are deadly on the battlefield.
So they may shift into whatever form they like.
Sure, so long as the only two shapes they'd like to shift into are human and boar. Wait a bloody moment. Is that...
Thor's hammer. And his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Well, good for her. Well, seems like a good time to get back to that story you asked for, brother. One summer, a local laird of renowned eccentricity chose to sequester himself with a small coterie of kinsmen and followers. The aim of their woodland retreat was to achieve enlightenment through study and discipline. They took oaths to brook no distractions until they became wise men.
Distractions.
Aye, women, drink, mostly women. As you can imagine, things deteriorated quickly. By autumn, tempers were frayed and wisdom remained in short supply. One day, I watched as the laird and his brother took their hunt. There they found, at the banks of a river, a lady as fair as any they'd left behind. She pleads for their assistance for fear the currents would carry her off if she tried to cross. The laird doesn't miss a beat. He hoists her onto his shoulders, carries her across, sets her down, doffs his cap, and fords back across to his brother, who is dumbfounded, can't even bring himself to speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth down to powder. Finally, the dam breaks. "Brother," he cries, "how could you do it after everything we've sacrificed? How could you break your vow like it was nothing, carrying that lass on your shoulders like you were a Shetland pony?" The laird just smiles. "Brother, I set that lass down across the river. 'Tis you that carries her still." Oh, I got a chuckle. A rare day indeed. Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
On your guard, Kratos! I'm glad we can help these Einherjar on their way, even if they hate us for it.
They do not need to spend their afterlife serving a cruel god any longer.
Agreed.
Freya, I've always wondered, why was Freyr so revered here so quickly upon his arrival?
Well, to begin with, it wasn't his first arrival. Very few know this, but Freyr was one of the earliest visitors to Alfheim, back in the dawn of realm travel.
Oh, bit before my time. You tell.
We believed for a long time that all the giants had died in the flood. Until one of them appeared in Vanaheim. Her name was Gowr, and she came offering to teach us the secrets of traveling between realms using Bifrost light. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander, and along came someone who could truly show him how. So, wander they did, exploring the World Tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Gowr to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken, and resolved himself to perform some great feat to win her back. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered. And he managed to wander from the World Tree directly into the Lake of Souls. The elves have never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
Oh, that is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by Light and Dark Elf alike. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him. So the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him. Even if it meant having to rule.
Well, how about that? Didn't I tell y'all there'd be something to see? Brought a pail of water. For 20.
No matter what you try, the results will be good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Kneel! The All-Father is avenged! That's good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Outcome! Kneel! Rain and fire!
It's sigil magic!
You abandoned us!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Submit! God of no one! You call yourself a god? Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
It's sigil magic!
You abandoned me! God's blood is unworthy!
Getting someone?
Submit! God of no one!
Soundstone!
Die! Suffer as I have. Good. I'll take for what you've done.
It's sigil magic!
You're on fire, Kratos. It will pass.
Lord, nothing! Our God's blood is on earth! Kneel! There can only be one true queen. No matter what you try, good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Outcome! You abandoned us! Kneel! Raven fire!
You're on fire, Kratos. It will pass.
Pathetic. what you've done!
It's sigil magic!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
Unworthy! Suffer as I have. No matter what you try, the results will be the same. Good. Pay for what you've done!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Fire! Give up already? Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done! Submit! Kneel!
That frost in my neck, Stump!
There can only be one true queen. Let's settle this. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Rise! Rise! Soundstone! Die! Submit!
It's digital magic!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for
You
this!
will fall before the Queen! No matter what you try, the results will be the same. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Kneel!
Soundstone!
Die!
Alka!
Submit!
Careful, brother! You're covered in
All-Father is
Bifrost!
avenged! No matter what you try, the results will be the same. Are you paralyzed by fear? Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
Rise! Rise!
Soundstone!
Die!
Alka!
Submit! God of no one! This was inevitable! So is this! Kneel!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
You're nothing!
Alka! both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way! Alka!
Suffer as I have. That's good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Now it's just you and me. Let's settle this. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Rise! Rise!
Switching arrows!
God of no one! This was inevitable!
So is this! Alka!
Asgard's blood is on
You're on fire, Kratos! It will fire!
Unworthy!
Getting someone?
Kneel! Breathe in fire!
It's sigil magic! Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
You call yourself a god? Let's settle this.
Should have brought a pail of water. For 20.
Feels half crazy to say it, but I got a good feeling about that Thrud girl. Never minding what family she came from.
I quite agree. She's an impressive young woman.
I thought you might. Why, I ain't never seen anyone quite so awestruck as when she laid eyes on you back at the hole. Like meeting her idol.
She was apparently quite eager to learn from all the Valkyries. Now that she has Mjolnir, I expect her next stop will be to begin training with Sigurd.
I think Brock and Sindri would be happy knowing that hammer's finally with someone worthy to wield it. And a future Valkyrie, no less.
matter what you try, the results will be the same. I'll see you pay for what you've done! Kneel! Rise! Rise! Now submit! God of no one! Meet your end! Not today! Kneel! Switching arrows! For Asgard! For Asgard! You abandoned us!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Rise! Rise! Sonic arrow! Asgard's blood! Asgard's blood! Yelpa! For Asgard! You deserve to suffer!
Your shield could be of use!
No matter what you try, the results will be the same. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done.
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Submit! God of no one! This was inevitable! So is this! Kneel! Breathe in fire! Asgard's blood is on you! Kneel! Let's settle this. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
Breathe fire!
Alka!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Unworthy! Submit! Alpha! Asgard's blood is on you!
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
Asgard's blood! Rise! Rise!
Soundstone! The Alpha! We've both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way!
You no matter what, good. Pay for what you've done. Submit! God of no one! For my fallen sister!
And this is for mine! Alka!
Rise! Rise!
Soundstone!
Asgard's blood!
The Alpha!
You're nothing!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
The Alpha!
Unworthy!
Getting someone? Is your shield broken?
Breathe in
It's
fire!
sigil magic! The Alpha!
Asgard blood! You'll pay with your lives!
Your fight with me!
Submit! God of no one! Suffer as I have. Let's settle good.
Alka!
I'll see you pay for what you've done. Rise! Rise!
Soundstone! Switching arrows!
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Asgard's blood is on us!
Behind you, watch out!
There can only be one true queen. Lex good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Breathe in fire!
Sigil magic!
You abandoned me! Kneel! Asgard's blood is on
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Rise! Rise!
Changing arrows! We've both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way!
Asgard's blood! Submit! God of no one! Meet your end!
Not today!
You deserve to suffer!
Perhaps my sigil arrows!
Asgard's blood! Asgard's blood is on you! Submit! God of no one! Pathetic. Good. Pay for what you've done! Kneel!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Alka! Rise! Rise! Elstone! Die! Switching! Alka! Submit! God of no one! Meet your end! Not today! Asgard's son is Alpha! The All-Father is avenged! Good. Pay for what you've done! You're nothing! Kneel! Submit! Alka! Asgard's blood is on Alka! For Asgard! For Asgard! Unworthy!
Ready, someone?
Kneel!
Alpha!
Don't play with your life!
It's sigil magic!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Black's good. Pay for what you've done. Kneel!
That's frost in my neck, stop!
Rise! Rise!
Soundstone! The Alpha!
Asgard's blood!
It's sigil magic!
You call yourself a god? No matter what you do, I'll see you pay for what you've done!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost. Get a shield if you're not going to use it.
Let's settle this good. Pay for what you've done! Rain and fire!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Kneel! You abandoned me! Submit! God of God! For my fallen sister!
And this is for mine!
God's life! You abandoned me! Rise! Rise!
Soundstone! The Alpha! Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
God's life! Fading fire!
It's sigil magic!
Don't play with your life! Your fight is with me! Asgard's blood is on you! Give up already? Let's do it. Pay for what you've done. Bathe in fire!
It's sigil magic!
You abandoned us!
Alka!
Left flank! Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Soundstone! Switching arrows!
Submit!
Alka!
God of no one! For my fallen sisters!
And this is for mine!
Asgard's blood is on you! Pathetic. Good. Pay for what you've done. Kneel!
Well, chill it. You all right?
Submit! God of no one! No matter what you could. Pay for what you've done.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
You're nothing! You bore me. No matter what you try, good. Pay for what you've done. Rise! Rise!
Changing arrows!
You're nothing! Kneel!
The Alpha! Switching!
Asgard's blood is on!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Asgard's blood is on! Alpha! Submit! Alpha, submit! God of no one! Asgard's blood is on you!
Alka! We've both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way! Yelpa!
For Asgard!
Switching!
Power before me! Fading fire! Kneel! Asgard's blood! This must come over! You will fall before the Queen! No matter what you could, I'll see you pay for what you've done!
Tilly, you alright?
Rise! Rise!
Switching arrows!
You abandoned us! You bore me. No, Matt. Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. You abandoned me!
Switching arrows!
Asgard blood! Unworthy!
Getting someone? The Alpha!
Submit! God of no one! This was inevitable!
So is this! Changing arrows!
The All-Father is avenged! Good. I'll see you pay for what you've done! Bathe in fire!
Sigil magic!
You abandoned us! Asgard's blood is on Kneel! Submit! Asgard's blood is on
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Changing arrows! The Alpha!
Rise! Rise! Submit! God of no one! Meet your end!
Not today!
Asgard's blood is on you! You will fall before the Queen! Life's good. I'll see you pay for what you've done. Kneel! You're nothing!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
God of no... Good. Pay for what you've done. Bathe in fire! You abandoned me!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Asgard's blood Don't play with your lives!
Your fight is with me!
Rise! Rise!
Switching!
Submit! Unworthy!
Getting someone? We've both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way!
There can only be one true queen. Enough good. I'll see you pay for what you've done.
Alka!
Rise! Rise!
Soundstone!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Asgard's life is on you! Kneel! For Asgard! For Asgard! For Asgard!
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this! Alka!
Breathe in fire!
Sigil magic!
Asgard's blood! Asgard's blood is on You deserve to be alone. Submit!
Alka!
Suffer as I have. Let's settle this. Good.
Switching arrows!
I'll see you pay for what you've done.
Alka!
Rise! Rise! You abandoned me!
Yelpa!
Submit! God of no one! For my fallen sister!
And this is for mine!
Breathe in fire!
We've both been blinded by Odin! It doesn't have to end this way!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Asgard's blood unworthy! There can only be one true queen. Less good. And for what you've done.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
Breathe in fire!
It's sigil magic!
Submit! Asgard's blood is Asgard's You'll pay with your lives for Asgard! For Asgard!
Careful, brother! You're covered in bifrost!
Rise! Rise! Submit! Submit! God of no one! This was inevitable!
So is this! Switching arrows!
Fire! Asgard's blood is Kneel! For Asgard! Suffer as I have. Good. Pay for what you've done.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this!
Kneel! Asgard's blood!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
You're nothing! Submit! Asgard's blood is on! Asgard's blood blood is not enough! Rise! Changing arrows! Die! Alta! Kneel! This past come over! For us! Unworthy!
Shredding someone?
Asgard's blood! Breathe in fire!
Sigil magic!
Submit! Asgard's blood is on Your souls will wither! Kneel! I failed! Oh, Father!
No. He failed you.
You judge me. You, whose cowardice has left entire realms in ruin.
Sister, I know the hate that burns you from within. I have felt those flames, known the comfort of their warmth. I wronged you. And I cannot change that. Never apologize enough for it. But the hatred, vengeance, you have to let it go.
Finish it.
Yes, sister.
Freya, I'm sorry it came to that.
I gave her what she wanted. Thank you.
So then, how's it feel being Queen of the Valkyries once more?
Queen. Why? There are no Valkyries left.
The Shield Maidens. Will you not lead them? Or rebuild?
Maybe. It would be the first time in a while I have something truly mine. We'll see.
Frost in my neck, stop! Behind you, brother! Nasty hit! You all right,
I wonder how many of these fragments of Asgard there are.
A realm's worth at least, so I'd say we have our work cut out for us.
It does not.
almost missed it.
There may be more to explore.
I'm with you. We're heading back to Charlie?
Yes.
He's not gonna be very happy with me.
No.
Charlie. I'm sorry, I have no excuse for neglecting you. I will do my best to earn it. I know, but I can't stay. There's still things I must do. Kratos, I should look for someone who can watch over him. Permanently. Look, a flower. Merkweed. Goodbye, Charlie. Soon.
Right side, incoming! Careful, brother. You're covered in bypass.
Enemies to your left! Watch your right!
Inner yard, on the left! Find you! Incoming bipod! Last one!
Another camp defeated.
Aye, and one step closer to giving the realms a shot at healing.
profane alternate lyrics to my ballads. Absolutely disgusting. But now I wish I could remember some of them.
The paperwork that man created for me. I had to build a chest just for his violations. A big one.
I taught him 20 different ways to cold forge a bolster. Once, he taught me a slightly easier method of wire pulling, and from that day on called me his apprentice.
A true arsehole he was. Gods, I'm gonna miss him.
Hi! Y'all made it. Just about to send him off.
I have met many on my travels. You are one of the few I would call friend.
I always thought you were one of the dumbest creatures I'd ever met. Didn't expect you to be the bravest, too.
This world is a darker place for your leaving it.
We're taking him to the Sphaired Sands. It's, in the wetlands near the ferry. We'll wait for you there.
Brother, I've heard my share of stories about your homeland, but I've also heard that you once fought in a tournament.
I fought in many contests.
But this particular one, I heard you did battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician. That's not true, is it?
I would not speak of this.
Fair enough, brother. Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost. Seems for every camp we destroy, we find 2 more.
It's almost impressive.
Huh.